So you feel like you hit rock bottom. Maybe you've hit rock bottom multiple times. Maybe right now is the worst you've ever felt. And you feel like you're just unhappy with your life and where you are. You're feeling lost. You're hooked on porn. You're in a mound of credit card debt, living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're just unhappy with your job. You feel like you're living life without purpose. You're depressed. You're out of shape. You've let your body go. You're having a tough time with women right now. Maybe you want to attract the right person, but you're just not in a good place. You feel like the whole world is crashing down, and maybe you're just in all this darkness that you can't seem to climb out of. I don't know if this is resonating or not, but all I know is right now you're in a really dark place, and you feel like you just need to fix your life. It's just one thing after the next, just piling up, and you're stressed, and maybe you just got dumped, and now you're trying to look at other areas of your life. I've been there, man. We all hit rock bottom. And I've hit rock bottom a few times. I'm going to help you today. I'm going to make this as actionable as possible, so that way you can reclaim your life. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, I don't know why you're not, because I'm dropping videos every single day. And we're taking this thing all the way. Going for that 1,000 subs mark. And then to infinity and beyond. All right, but look. One of the most memorable times I hit rock bottom was at the end of 2018. I had $12,000 of credit card debt. I had no money. I was actually about negative $600 in my checking account. I had to borrow a couple $100 from my younger sister, which was super embarrassing. Now, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and then I went to college for 4 years. Damn near burned through my GI Bill, switched my majors. I didn't have a degree. I had no money. I did 4 years of college and had nothing to show for it. And for the last couple years at this point, I think it was from 2017 to 2018, I was in school. I was hooked on porn at this time. I was watching it every day. I actually didn't even date for over a year. I didn't even have sex for over a year, just because I was hooked on porn. And I was making the excuse that, oh, you know what? I don't want to go out and date. Like, I don't want to spend money on it. Why spend money and time on it when I can just do this? And so I was doing that basically every single day, at least once a day. I wasn't meeting with real women. I was drowning in debt, credit card debt. I was lost. I was eating crappy food. I was eating McDonald's pretty much every day, and Popeyes and whatever else. I was literally just kind of coasting on autopilot. I remember at the end of 2018, I actually started clipping coupons. So I was eating a lot of Subway and Taco Bell because I was so broke. I was literally pinching pennies, bro. It was crazy. And I knew that I was meant for more, but I was so lost. At this point in time, I was just trying to survive. So 2019 comes around. I sold all my stuff in my apartment, hardly for anything, because I needed to start over. And so I was living at Florida at the time. I left, I moved back in and lived with my sister and 3 other roommates in a really crappy apartment. And I ended up having to sell my truck. I got a older car that was paid off, and I had no money. I was starting over. I remember I was working in asset protection at Best Buy while I was, just starting to get things together. I basically realized, I looked at myself in the mirror in March of 2019. I had no money, mound of credit card debt, completely lost in life. I looked at myself in the mirror. Love handles, belly fat, skinny fat, my face, I looked depressed. I was. Raggly hair and beard. And I got a little lazy after the military. And I look at myself and I said, this has got to go, bro. I was fed up. And, bro, I still remember this to this day. It was in March. I was listening to David Goggins. And I literally ran a half a marathon in the middle of the night in my old neighborhood, one of the neighborhoods that I grew up in. Bro, I literally ran a half a marathon listening to David Goggins for hours. And I could hardly walk for 2 weeks, but I basically said, enough is enough. I'm fed up. Number one, you have to be fed up with where you're at. And it started with the body. It started with the physique, because that's the one thing that you can control. So I started working out. I started getting up early. I started trying to get recertified as a personal trainer, because I did personal training years ago at one point, and then I fell off. And so I started waking up at 5:30 every day to go work my security job, and then work my job at Best Buy, and then also make time to study. So I was working out twice a day. I had a lot going on. And eventually I started getting back into college in the fall of 2020. I started college back again, and then it took me 2 years, but I ended up going through it, finishing my degree. It took me 7 years, bro, to finish my bachelor's degree. And, I started doing my own thing for personal training, starting my own business. And then I ended up moving into a corporate job in sales. And then, it was up from there. But we hit rock bottom multiple times. And the point is that the number one thing you got to do is you have to just take action. You have to get the ball rolling. And yeah, motivation is great. David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Greg Plitt, Motiversity is a great YouTube channel. Yes, I encourage you to start feeding your mind positive insights, positive perspectives. Because motivation is great, but it's only for the short term. You have to take action anyway, even if you're not motivated. Because you're in a really shitty place right now, and you've got a lot of work to do. Maybe you're broke. Maybe you're in a mountain of credit card debt. Maybe you're not in a job that you like. Maybe you're having trouble with women. Maybe you're fat, love handles, back fat, belly fat, letting yourself go. Whatever the case is, you've got work to do, and we know it. But the best place you can start is in the gym. Yeah, you got to get in the gym. Start going to the gym every single day, like just out of habit. Monday through Friday, get in the gym. Get up. Set that alarm, set 2 alarms, and get to it. You've got to build momentum with small wins as well. Recognize the small wins. Start tracking your progress. And honestly, I encourage you to start journaling. Write out, what is hell like for you? What would the bane of your existence be like? Write out what your worst case scenario life looks like if you stay in the situation that you're in right now. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what is the worst possible scenario? You need to paint this picture very vividly for yourself. Where are you? And then you have to think of all the things that you need to do to not get in that place. Okay? And the biggest thing is, no matter what handouts you've had in your life or haven't had, lack of support, no matter if you didn't have someone to help you out, no matter what you have in your life or what you don't have, you have to get rid of the victim mindset. Number one, you have to take 100% responsibility for your life and where you are right now. Where you are in your life right now, regardless of your circumstance, is 100% your fault. Now, I understand shit happens in life. We get the shit end of the stick, but no matter what happened, you have to take accountability for where you are right now in your life, and you have to seize the reins on it. You have to abandon the victim mindset, the girl, the relationship, the marriage, the job, all the other external excuses. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? There's no Superman coming to save you. You just have to pull yourself out of whatever you're going through right now. That's it, bro. That's it. You have to take extreme ownership of your life. Get it together. And prioritize your mental health. Okay, how do we protect our mental health? Well, we have to be the gatekeepers of our heart, of our mind, of our soul. What we're seeing, what we're listening to. Turn off the news. Get rid of toxic people in your life. I need you to make a list of the 5 people that you spend the most time with or talk to. Yeah, you need to evaluate the relationships in your life. If people aren't adding to your growth and they're pulling you down like crabs in a bucket or just pessimistic, negative mindsets, they got to go. They have to go. And even if it means being alone for a little while, because that's okay. That's better than having people in your life who are pessimistic and negative and they don't have a growth mindset. They have a fixed mindset. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with or listen to. So audit what you're watching. You've got to cut the porn. Porn's got to go. Okay. So you don't realize how much this is affecting you. I have a whole video on how to quit porn. I'm not going to dive into it here, but you've got to quit the porn. It's got to go. Get a VPN blocker. There's a company that I like, and I'm not affiliated with them, by the way. It's called Covenant Eyes. You pay for a subscription, like $14 or $16 a month, and you can block all these adult websites on every single device, your phone, your tablet, your computer, your internet, all of it. And how else do you quit porn? Have an accountability partner, a friend that wants to quit as well. It's bad energy. Protect your mental health. You have to form a new identity in your mind and basically come to the conclusion that the new identity, this new man that you want to evolve into, that you want to ascend and become, okay? He doesn't align with these actions. Shitty food, porn, toxic relationships, lazy, bad habits, sleeping in late all the time, not having a plan for your day. These are all the things you have to create a new identity. So reduce the social media consumption. Stop doom scrolling, TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube overconsumption. For years, bro, even though I was on my personal development journey, I was just over consuming way too much. So you've got to cut back on the social media. Lock in, bro. If you are not where you want to be in your life, with your money, with your relationships, with your body, with anything, it's time to lock in. Go ghost, go monk mode for like 6 months to a year and just put yourself first. Prioritize yourself. Reevaluate your relationships that you have in your life. Start reading. A great book that I highly recommend if you haven't read it yet, it is, The Greatness Mindset by Lewis Howes. Great book. And then Atomic Habits is a great one as well. Also, The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. Great books, guys. Spend time in solitude, thinking, writing, in your own thoughts, trying to connect the dots of your life and try to figure out who you are, what you want, and like where the hell you're even going in life. Because here's the thing, man. If you don't have a wife or kids right now, it's actually a blessing because now you don't have to worry about anyone else but yourself. And you can put yourself in a position to provide such a better life for your future wife, if you have one, your future partner, your future family, your future kids. Make your parents proud. And if you had been in a divorce and all that, I can't speak on that stuff, but I wish you the best. And you know what? All you can do is focus on what you can control. That's it, man. That's all. Again, I'm not going to speak on divorce, guys. I haven't been there. I'm helping the guys out, mainly anybody who resonates with it, but single guys who are struggling, that need to fix their lives. With your physique, take before pictures right now, front, back, and side, on an album on your phone, and every single month you're going to take progress pictures. That way, when the journey starts to get hard, you can start to see the progress month after month. Super powerful. But you've got to protect your mind. You've got to audit your friend circle, what you're consuming. Turn off the fucking news. Go through your Instagram following, and if anything makes you feel uncomfortable, if it's negative, or even if it's people who are flashing their lifestyles and you're tired of seeing all this shoved in your face all the time, making you feel less about yourself and where you are in your life, it's so toxic, and we compare ourselves to everyone else, and we think that we should be further along, and maybe you should be. Maybe you should be. But all you can do is take action today, right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, like right now. Start putting a plan together. And if you're not where you want to be with your money, bro, you need to go in your finances, pull a CSV or look at statements from your bills, and you need to cut way back, bro. Start discount grocery shopping, cut subscriptions, stop going out, spending money on stuff that you don't really need, and live below your means. I moved in, I lived with roommates for a few years. I was living in crappy apartments just until I could get myself where I needed to be. I was driving an old car. Bro, I literally just got a new car. I drove a Honda Accord, paid off, great car by the way, for over 6 years, 2012. And I just got one like a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago. I just didn't really care. I still live below my means now. So take charge of your physique, build a well-sculpted physique. Get a grip on your money. Cut out any BS and nonsense. Stop eating out. Stop spending money that you don't have. Stop living off your credit card. Get your credit card paid off. Bro, for like literally an entire year, bro. For like an entire year, almost like a year and a half, I wasn't dating. I wasn't going out. I was just straight killing my credit card debt, cutting back on my expenses, and just trying to lock in. Focus on my body. I was reading more. I was getting up early, being productive, and just working. And I'm still grinding. But you can't get comfortable. You cannot get comfortable. You can't get complacent. Complacency kills. And you see that maybe one of the reasons why you feel like your life is falling apart is because you just haven't focused on doing the inner work. And you're focused on the wrong things, trying to impress people that don't even give a shit about you. Wasting money on girls. Living an expensive lifestyle that you can't even afford yourself just because you care so much about what other people think. Living to impress people. Got to cut the porn too, man. Get the physique right. Get in the gym. Get the nutrition right. You know, by the way, bro, nutrition is 85% of the results that you get or you don't get. You can shop at Aldi, Costco. Bro, eat chicken, ground beef, sweet potatoes, rice, like protein powder, oats, some vegetables. I don't know. You can do it very, very basic. Like, I've been eating minimalist for a long time now, and you can make your own Chipotle bowl. Like, bro, you can eat very, very inexpensive. And, dude, the time is now. You have to fix it now. You've got to, and it starts with the habits too. It's the little things, bro. The little things that add up. Sleeping in a little bit extra later. Not planning out your day. Organize your day. Figure out, but first you got to figure out what the hell you want to do in your life and where you want to go. You only get one life, and there's no right answer. There's no playbook. You write your own rule book. You write your own playbook in life, man. But if you don't even know what to do, you can start with the basics. Get your finances right. Remove toxic people from your life. Start reading more. Start listening to podcasts like Lewis Howes. The School of Greatness is a great podcast. I mean, who else is a great personal development? I mean, Alex Hormozy, Chris Williamson on Modern Wisdom. There's a ton. And if you want one-to-one support, like if you want one-to-one coaching, I do coaching calls. My email is in the video description, and it's also in my bio. So shoot me an email and we can set up a video call and talk through this and get you a solution. But you don't even need to do that most of the time. Like, you can literally do the work by reading some books, watching some YouTube videos, and just taking massive action, bro. Like, yeah, coaches are great, but I'll be honest with you, I never really hired a coach. I've had a couple coaches in my life, but everything that I know now is just stuff that I've learned and just through taking action in life. And at the end of the day, no one is going to come save you, but you've got to start cutting this stuff. You got to start cutting these addictions, the vaping. I have some videos on how to quit vaping as well. But all these vices and addictions that you're hooked on, and drinking, and partying all the time, and gambling, and keeping alcohol at your place and drinking on a regular basis, like doing drugs and stuff, like numbing the pain. You're just trying to escape from your reality. Look, I was in a position before where I used to party so much and use substances all the time, several times a month. And I was partying and I was doing all this stuff just to numb the pain, to try and escape from my reality, because I hated my current reality that I was living. It wasn't happy. But you've just got to start with the foundational stuff, man. Kick the vices, kick the porn. Kick the people out of your life that are toxic influences, and start developing social skills. Just start talking to people. Literally become a social animal. Start putting yourself out there more. Talking to people. I have a membership that I pay for with a company called ClassPass, and it's a great investment because I can go check out different workout studios and group fitness classes and yoga and different things like that, and just go meet people. You can check out doing martial arts. Just start going and put yourself in an environment where you can meet more people that are getting after it, people that are ambitious, people that are like-minded. You've got to start putting yourself out there. Everybody's glued to their phones. A lot of people work remotely these days, and a lot of people hate their jobs. Bro, you can literally do anything you want right now in 2025. You can make money from your computer, from your phone. You can use ChatGPT to give you ideas on what you should do. Bro, I'm telling you, life is too short to be miserable, but you got to get the foundational stuff together and align with your purpose. All right, get into the gym, build your body, have better habits, work on your sleep, cut the porn, cut the vices, cut the toxic people out of your life. Start having a structured day and tackle one thing at a time. Okay? Then you got to find your purpose, your why. What is your purpose in this life, man? This is much easier said than done, and I know that. It takes time, but one step at a time. Start with the things that you can control and be consistent every single day. Show up every day. And you know what? There's some days you're not going to be feeling it. That's why you can't rely on motivation. You have to have a intrinsic, deeper why behind why are you even doing this in the first place. It has to be bigger than yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, everything that I do in my life now is not for me. It's not about me. It's about other people. It's about you. It's about helping you. I want to serve you. I'm showing up for you. I'm showing up for my future family, my future wife, my future kids, for my mom. Everything that I do now, my why is not about me, bro. It's about everyone else but myself. And that is a strong why. So, but take that first step. Be consistent. Don't quit. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a lifestyle, and it takes time, and you focus on one area at a time. Respect the process. Growth takes time. Stay locked in and just continue evolving daily. Okay? But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. If you found the video helpful, hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you're going through. I try to read and respond to everyone. Might be a little bit behind it, but I try to play some catch up on the weekends and respond to all you guys. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe already. Share with a friend. And it really helps me grow. It helps us grow. It helps us grow the Ascended Man so I can reach more people. Have a great week.